happy bros. Hey, you're about to get a face full of the Kenn Bosak. He's a mentor. That's what I heard. He's a connector. Oh yeah. He's a brilliant leader. I've seen it. He's Kenn Bosak. Oh, happy bro. You gotta get some Bitcoin and hold it. Happy bros. You gotta get those NFTs and you gotta hodl that stuff. You gotta hodl it. 'Cause I'm Kenn bro. We got your Bitcoin, bro. He's an original. Buy some NFTs and hold them. How many times does he have to tell you? Going to the moon. We're 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 gonna get real high. 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 Yeah, we're going to the moon. We're going to the moon. Bro, we're going to the moon. Oh yeah, we're going to the moon. We're gonna get real high. Real high. Yep. Real high. Hello, happy bros. Come get your Kenn Bosak.
And we're live, bros. How goes it?
Yo,
what's up, everybody? Welcome.
Good
To the show.
morning, good afternoon, good evening, good night, wherever you're tuning in from. GM,
Good
GM,
something.
GM.
Yeah, what he said. What's up, everybody?
I
Man,
see
it feels like
Frank.
it's been forever.
How did Frank get the link? Where's Frank calling in from?
He's in the room. He's helping out. He's one of the great members of Vegas Crypto Group.
Let me drag.
Awesome.
Hold on. I have to grab. Oh wait, I can drag him down here. Hold on. Boom. Yeah, you were up top, just chilling. Now you're down here. There we go.
I'm huge.
Also,
Mike's tiny. I like it.
Yeah,
Yeah, you could take up 2 seats.
I was gonna say I don't know if I can adjust that. You just have to sit farther away from the camera. the metaverse.
oh yeah, that's funny. What's
All
going
right,
on,
so
everybody?
thanks everybody for tuning in. Don't forget to share this out if you're watching live. Go ahead and hit that share button. Repost if you're on X. Much appreciate everybody being here while we're live. Tag somebody who should be tuning in. Big shout out to the sponsors, Asvoria and Fio. Definitely want to get this party started. So I guess Frank, Mike, you guys want to go ahead and introduce yourselves a little bit and let the audience know who's who and what's what?
Yeah, I don't know if Frank was ready for this. We weren't necessarily planning on bringing him onto the show, but he wants to be on the show, I think. So he's very helpful with our workshops, and so I'll introduce Frank. He's a cybersecurity expert, maybe one of the best hackers in the world, or if not, maybe he knows probably the best hackers, and does a great job as an ethical hacker, securing the country's vital infrastructures and whatnots and what have yous. But in our workshops, we bring it kind of down to the ground level, where we teach people how to harden their routers using OpenWRT and other software. Some routers are vulnerable right out of the box, and so if you're into crypto and you want to keep your crypto safe, then you would probably also want to secure your network. So we show people how to use travel routers and just to be safe overall. But I'm sure Frank can go into more detail about that and what he does.
Wow, that's quite an intro to live up to. Thank you, Mike. Yeah, I'm a senior security engineer. I build things securely. I help people out when I can. I certainly wouldn't call myself one of the greatest hackers in the world, but I really do appreciate the enthusiasm.
Downplay yourself, sure. Don't downplay yourself, bro.
I appreciate you, man. So yeah, I help Mike out with the Las Vegas crypto group. I go to a lot of his meetups, and we do try to do some educational stuff outside of that. You know, we put on some events locally. One was called Security Mindset Reset, and we try and help people who are interested in computers, technology, crypto, just make sure they do things in a way where they don't get hacked and reduce their threat surface.
Y'all should be in the cartoon.
Yeah, for real, actually. It's funny. We're trying to do a kid. Well, I ain't trying. I'm doing a kids cartoon to teach kids about Web3, OPSEC, and security management, because kids are going to be going to school in the metaverse, and every 5-year-old has an iPad. Eventually, they're going to be able to start their own shitcoin and have their own wallet with NFTs to their video game assets, right? So, got to teach these kids before they're hands-on learning. We could leapfrog the whole Nigerian prince, send me money through your bank transfer, or send 1 ETH, get 2 ETH back. Like whatever the next thing is, we could avoid it. We could teach the next generation to be smarter, so they don't have to go through whatever the hell our parents had to go through with the email scam. What we all eventually kind of fell for with the send 1 ETH, get 2 ETH. Eventually, it got common knowledge, but you had to go through it. In the cartoon that we're working on with Elemental Souls, focusing on like kids before puberty to make it common knowledge. Like, oh yeah, I'm not gonna fall for a deep fake of grandmom asking me for the number on the bottom of the router. Get out of here, dude.
Yeah, for real. Oh my gosh, you guys would be perfect to help us do some education stuff. We're trying to keep people from getting from rugging themselves in the metaverse.
Yeah. So I guess I could start with like, what are some of the first things you kind of help people walk through when they come into like a meetup, when it comes to like, managing their security? I know the first thing for me is telling people never have the 2FA on the same phone they need the 2FA on. So if you have Coinbase on your phone and you need 2FA to log in, that should be on a separate device, not the same device that the Coinbase app that you're logging into. I like having 2 phones. One's for 2FA, one's for the application. But regardless, that's about the top of my knowledge. I'm just curious, like, what do you guys walk people through, as far as newcomers, because it can be a lot. It can be scary getting into crypto.
Yeah, I mean, there's some pretty basics, right? So you mentioned MFA. That's a big one. Pretty much anything that you're going to use that can reset another account. Like if you're using Gmail for your email, if you save in your passwords to your Chrome browser, that's like a pretty big no-no right off the bat. You should have like a password manager. You can have an offline one that other people can't have access to, like KeyPass. That's a pretty good choice. But if you want to use like a commercial one so you can sync your stuff easily, I think Bitwarden's fairly secure nowadays. In terms of straight up MFA though, the advice about having a secondary device is pretty good. On top of that, you might also want to consider a YubiKey or an actual similar FIDO2 compliant key that you could pretty much you stick it into your device and you click it when you want to authenticate, and you set that up properly, and it really does add an extra layer to difficulty for an attacker. Also, you shouldn't be using anything with SMS authentication at all. So
Yeah,
you
tell
don't
me
want
about
SMS
it.
as a backup. Like my buddy Lucky225 wrote an article on Medium about 2 years ago at this point about why that's a really bad idea, and it still is a really bad idea. But
It is.
if you
We work on a project called Asvoria with Michael Turpin, and famously, he was SIM swapped by somebody who got millions of dollars just from a SIM swap because of that. So, I don't need to learn from firsthand experience on that account. And just keeps happening, man. It just keeps happening. Is there? Like, what do you recommend then if it isn't, using a SIM? Do you have would you use like a VoIP line or something? Like, come up with a voice over IP phone number that could replace that, or just don't use it in general?
a lot of the services you're going to want to use are automatically going to rule out VoIP lines that are easily identified as such. Like if you're trying to use Google Voice or something, and I don't trust Google as far as I can throw them anyway, so running my two-factor
Right.
through them wouldn't be ideal. But there are, alternatives to that in terms of cheap SMS services. You can always just go to Walmart with a couple of bucks in your pocket and get or kind of a burner phone from any one of those Simple Mobile or
Oh wait,
any of those
shit!
cheap
So
providers.
a burner phone number is safer than one
Nice.
from like Verizon or Sprint or some shit?
Anything that's not directly linked to your real identity is a lot safer than something that is. So if you're going to be trying to not let people know like what your phone number is that you're using to do anything like that, because sometimes no matter how hard you try, there is something that's going to need SMS authentication, and if that's something important, you definitely don't want to link it to your other accounts if you're trying to remain anonymous.
My favorite, I guess, like what I don't know, man, poor OPSEC, right? But I think my favorite version of this solution is finding a family member, and that's like my 2FA. So I just have to remember like which family member's phone number did I use for this website again, and then it gives me another reason to reach out and see how they're doing that day. But I don't know. Like, it might be fucking weird, but it's definitely what I've kind of painted myself into because I've always used VoIP. I think the first time I've ever had a phone number was like 2 years ago. I've always used voice over IP, always used hotspots and stuff like that. And I eventually was like, well, I should probably pay for a phone number because it is embarrassing being like kind of public and people are like, they know how much is in your wallet. And then you're in public with them and you're like, yeah, can I use your hotspot?
That's
Well,
not-
all valid concerns.
so there is a other solutions like a daily driver wallet, and so I encourage people to spend crypto. And if you're spending crypto, you don't want everybody to know every single transaction, so you have different wallets for different reasons. And then of course, that daily driver wallet is something you use hopefully daily. And we're talking to merchants, helping them to accept crypto, and it's easier for bartenders to take tips in crypto and things like that. But we're working on a point of sale system and things like that to make it easier to spend your crypto. In which case, yeah, you gotta have a different wallet. You have different wallets, bro.
Yeah. Well, what would be your go-to wallet, guys? Like, when you're at an event with, newcomers walking in the door, what's the app that you guys help people install and walk them through? What's the go-to wallet?
We recommend two wallets. Of course, Cake Wallet for
OG. I love
Monero. You got to
Oh,
you got to
yeah.
do it. It seems to work the best, and they have some of the best teams, and it's reliable. And I feel confident in recommending Cake Wallet.
They've
for
sponsored
Monero
a few
and
of
other
things
purchases.
I've done, man. So just want to say shout out to Cake Wallet. They're actually super communal. If you're into the content creation or whatever, if you do stuff, they're down to support. Just saying, reach out to Cake Wallet, dude. They're hella love. If you do
Cake
a meetup,
Wallet.
ask them to sponsor the meetup. I mean, I don't know. I've always had a good reception from Cake Wallet, and they've actually even reached out to me randomly, like, you want to do a giveaway? Like, we're bored. I'm just like, you guys are fun.
Nice. That's cool.
Absolutely, yeah. Cake Wallet people are amazing. So I see them at all the conventions things to go to. And shout out to Monerotopia. Good people. So Cake Wallet's the number one wallet, yeah. And then of course, my heart goes out to the best wallet, in my opinion, Edge Wallet. I have to give it up to them. They're so consumer friendly.
100%.
Don't worry about the 12 words. They've got your back. You can still get them. but Edge Wallet, and they just do such a great job, and they have the right ethos and the right principles. And Paul Poy was on our virtual summit. It's a great host
Nice.
talking about non-custodial solutions, and that is one kind of concern, is that they'll start to limit non-custodial solutions on app stores and things like that. And so maybe, quote unquote, normies may not have access to non-custodial at some point. So we're concerned about that.
I
But
love
Edge
how
Wallet.
Coinbase is trying to say they did the iPhone moment for like crypto. I'm like, fuck you, Edge Wallet did the iPhone moment for crypto, you fucks. I hate
Yep.
Coinbase. I hate Brian Armstrong.
That's
I
right.
hate billion and trillionaires. Like,
Tell 'em.
screw those culture vultures, bro. Because, yeah, Edge Wallet is the best. Like, hands down, I'll get in the ring and fight any wallet who wants to say otherwise. I mean it. Like, they are the best,
Come on.
especially for on-ramping.
Yep.
They've been making it
Let's
seamlessly easy for moms to get into crypto. You know what I mean? Like, username, password, done. And now they have a FIO integration. So the tattoo artist I had hooked me up with my Squid Grow Squiddy hand tattoo. You saw that? He actually just
Yep.
downloaded the Edge wallet, sent me his username. Now I'm having an issue with the Phantom wallet being a jerk with the FIO handle. So that's a Phantom
Oh,
wallet
yeah.
problem. But otherwise, Edge wallet and that username that FIO gives you for free is so easy. You don't have to give anybody a big long public address. You just say my name's Frank at Vegas, Frank at Vegas, or Mike at Vegas, and that's it. You just whatever the at name is, and you can send any coin that you have linked up to it. Super convenient. I guess. What hardware wallets did you guys recommend, if any?
So I am a fan of ledgers myself. But there's all sorts of good hardware wallets out there. You got like oh wow, that doesn't show up at all on the camera. That's awesome.
Oh, what is that,
this
like
sucker
a
right
weird
here?
open dime?
That's cool.
This is an old ass one. I don't even remember what one this one is, but it's got a Bitcoin symbol on the back, so that's kind of cool. And
That's awesome.
Oh,
yeah, you got
okay.
some ledgers. I got another one like that. Got a ledger here. So, like if you're gonna have a lot of crypto, definitely maybe think of an offline solution for it, and something that's not connected to everything else. Just as a rule of thumb, it doesn't necessarily have to be an actual hardware wallet. You could get away with some combination of something like Veracrypt and an encrypted partition on your hard drive, preferably on a PC that you're not booting up, or put it on like a thumb drive. And just remember the password, because if you forget it, you're
Right.
screwed.
That would be me. I'd be screwed. I probably would forget. I have a bunch of hardware wallets too that I've been gifted from all these projects throughout these conventions and stuff, and I don't use any of them. I'm so terrible with this. I need to sign up for your guys' course. I was looking at your X, and I saw your event page, the informandpower.com. When did you guys start working with that? Was that something that started with the events, or was that first before you started doing events and stuff like that?
Yeah. So we host events here in Vegas. We've also hosted events in Denver and Miami and LA and a bunch of other places. We have a great time with it since 2018. In fact, that's I think the year I met Kenn at the very first Litecoin Summit in San Francisco. 2018. It was a good year. And since then, we've had like 116 different meetups. And I like doing the hybrid when I can. So we do online and in-person meetups. And then we have our virtual summit. And this went really well because this was kind of around the FTX time, where I had to remind people that FTX had nothing to do with crypto. It was kind of the same
Yeah.
old scams that we always freaking see. And if you know crypto, then you hold your keys, then you weren't impacted by FTX too bad. And when we did a whole bunch of workshops and things like that, and that's all still available on Inform Empower, because the idea was, there was no way for the community to keep in touch after the summit, so we created Inform Empower, and that's where the virtual summit is held now, along with our
Nice.
documentary and our whole community, which hasn't really kind of jumped in just yet. So it's really, really new. So I'm excited to have new people jumping in and joining the community. And what we're doing is trying to help people use technology to better their life. And that's the goal, because it should be. That's the promise of technology, right? So that's
Right.
what we're doing. Thanks for asking. Great
Absolutely.
question.
What got y'all started down the event? The event track, was it just because, like you said earlier, like just felt like you needed more meetups? You wanted to reach more people, or y'all just felt there was something there that you wanted to tap into?
Yeah, that's another great question. So, I did not see myself as doing meetups. I did host raves back in the early 90s, 92,
Nice.
93, and we would do full moon desert parties, and we would break into warehouses, clean up warehouses, and have great parties. And it was a good vibe tribe. It was about 7 of us. We had a great time doing it, and I did that till about the year 2000. Um, but then I wasn't doing events for a long time. And then Aaron and Kingsley, who Ken you might know, I'm not sure, but they did Float.app. Unfortunately,
Yep.
Float.app unintentionally rugged. Much love to their community who had to endure that. But they're good people. I don't think they tried to rug. Anyways, so but they left Vegas and started Float, and then there was a big gap in Vegas where it was like the person who took over their group wasn't doing meetups, and a lot of people were kind of like, "Hey, we need that meetup." So I started doing meetups myself with a little bit of encouragement from a friend. And honestly,
Nice.
this is the time I would tell everyone who's listening: if you're thinking about doing a meetup, let me encourage you to do that because it doesn't have to be this huge complex thing. Just start out simple, pick a location, and hold space for people. That's it. Just pick a location and say, hey, we're all meeting at the sandwich shop or the coffee shop or the bar or whatever it is, and just hang out and have great conversation. Make it a no frills, casual get together, and then it can kind of develop from there. But I promise you, there's people out there will thank you for doing that. And just 2 hours. Just schedule it for a couple hours. Not too much out of your time or time out of your day. So go do it. I wrote a guide on how to host a crypto meetup, and so if you're
Oh,
interested in
nice.
that, that's also on informempower.com along with the other great blog posts and things like that.
Oh, nice. That's awesome. I should
If
probably
you
read
build it,
that.
they will come.
Well, talking about if they build it and y'all coming, are you guys go? I know I just saw Mike at Consensus. Frank, is there any events that you guys are looking forward to going to in Vegas outside of the ones that you're putting together?
No, I don't go to any other events. Not just kidding. I always really do honestly look forward to the events Mike and his crew kind of put on. It's always a good time with a good bunch of people. So I don't really want to detract from that by talking about other events in the similar space. But for me, obviously DEF CON's coming up because that is my jam. And I'll be working that this year up at the front, the Hackers with Disabilities booth with my buddy Delchai. And
Nice.
it's going to be at the convention center. Good time generally, but pretty expensive conference. Alternatively, B-Sides is coming. It's a lot cheaper around the same time, and there's always a lot of really good conferences with good knowledge for people who want to learn and also network. So it really depends on what you're interested in. I'm not going to be recommending any crypto-based conferences because that's more Mike's arena. But if it comes to InfoSec stuff, I can talk all day about my favorite conferences, but I don't think that's really the interest of your core demographic here right now.
Well, I've been to
You'd
DEF
be
CON
surprised.
before, DEF CON in Vegas when they had it at Caesar's Palace, and it was the most I've ever been terrified of 12-year-old girls in my life. I walked into a room of little girls that were coders, and this girl was showing me how to hack a voting machine with a ballpoint pen. Like fucking little girl MacGyver and shit. I'm not
Wow.
exaggerating. This really happened in front of my
That's
eyes.
awesome.
She was like, no, like, I can show you how to hack that machine. I'm like, what, the voting machine? And she's like, yeah, with a pen. And she, like, took it apart, did all, I'm like, they blew, dude, I was like, get away from me. Don't even, I turned my phone off. I'm like, I don't, these little kids, because kids don't have, like, empathy. How could you have that much power and knowledge and not have, like, empathy? You know what I mean? Like,
Right.
they're not even humans yet, and they have all this, like, alchemy skills. It's terrifying. But also, like, actually promising because, like, again, it's an ethical environment. So thank God we had these kids on our side. But still, just like how smart they were. And I think that was the only environment in which I'd be exposed to that, right? Like, they're not coming out to, they're introverts, just like most of the people in crypto. They only come out for those conferences. And I just thought it was awesome to see the future is so young and so far ahead when it comes to the technology right now. Like just excited to see I might even come out to the next one just to see what's up, because
Well,
I
it's
was
around
really
the same
impressed.
time. It's around the same time as Rare Evo, so you could probably do both because it's all like right packed same week.
We
Yeah,
just
but,
need $5,000 each from them for us
Miggy,
to
you
go.
have like
Yeah.
I was gonna say Miggy has like a real job. We're gonna have to like get him to quit eventually so we can become degenerates on the road and do all this.
I just need more money. I mean, I probably would never quit still because I like working there, but at least work a lot less.
Shout out Nothing Bun Cakes. Shout out Nothing Bun Cakes, bro.
Well, my
Rubbing.
family they're partial owners now of our franchise in Oklahoma. We have 5 stores
So
and
good.
opening 2 more, and they get 20%. So shout out to them and me making the money because I do marketing and promotion and events in real life too.
Yeah, I mean that's kind of the thing. You're right, Canada. There's not a lot of crypto people that kind of look to go out, but there is a large percentage still within that within that group that do like to go out. And I always encourage people to host meetups. You yourself, you had meetups. You had a great time, right? You had a great.
Yeah, dude,
Set of
that's where
meetups,
I got
didn't
to meet Tone Vase, actually. So, my first meetup in Philly, I got to meet Tone Vase. I didn't have a fucking clue who that guy was in, like, the traditional world, you know what I mean? He was just, like, this, dude who was into Bitcoin and was, like, nice enough to kind of talk to me about it from an economic perspective, not so much like this anarchist, like, decentralized whatever, but more of, like, the tokenomics of it, supply and all that. I was like, wow, okay, thanks for like this free economy lesson, sir. And just became friends with Tone Vase. Dude, he spoke at my meetup at 30th Street Station in a train station, and while he was talking, had at least like 3 people ask him for $1. It was hilarious. I treasure those memories because it was like 2016, and people are coming up to him saying like, hey man, you got $1? And I'm like, I actually don't think he does. This dude, he accepts 0.1 Bitcoin for an hour of his time. He's pretty dedicated to this crypto thing in 2016. So he's like meeting him and meeting a lot of people like Nathan Hawk, Mike Salvi, a lot of those people at my meetups in Philly really is what like encouraged me to kind of jump into the deep end before I knew what I was getting into. I saw all my friends swimming in there, and I was like, well, fuck it, the water seems fine. And I kind of went all in before I even knew what I was going all into.
See, and that's like I always say, nothing will replace the in-person stuff. It just can't. Like we can try with the metaverse and everything, but nah, you know. So
well,
so
I
that's
see
what
the
inspired
metaverse
me,
as like
Mega.
a replacement for people that can't do the physical thing. Not to go somber note, but there's people medically that can't get out and about, physically,
percentage.
medically, or
Small amount of people.
but
Small amount of
that don't count them out, man. There's a whole hospital full of kids that can't go outside. And small percentage or not, that entire building's dedicated to those kids. I think having these metaverse options are mostly going to be medically like then of course like anything with the medical use case we're going to abuse it, make it like bad for us, but just because it's like bad for us doesn't mean it's not medicinal. And that's what I think of the metaverse. The metaverse should be treated medicinally.
So so we go to them, we go to the hospital. There's that's AR VR stuff, which is also including the metaverse. But
oh yeah, shit, you were telling me about this. Tell Miggy about this, bro. That's dope.
Okay, so we work with a local named Steve who has an app that what he'll do is he'll have the kids color in birds and dragons and all sorts of different animals, lizards and things.
Nice.
And then you scan them in, and he has a big like 8x8 poster that comes to life, and it comes to life with the images that the kids drew themselves. And
cool.
Man, you should see their eyes light up when they see their creation come to life. It's absolutely incredible. It makes for great selfies too. And he's been at several of our events. He was at the Litecoin Summit kickoff party here in Vegas, and so he'll be at a ton of our events. He'll be at the first Friday stuff we're doing, and I encourage everyone to come out and check out the AR VR stuff that we're doing. It's pretty dope. So yeah, that's one of the cool projects.
See, you're making me more and more excited about this
cool.
Rare Evo thing out there in Vegas, man. I can't wait to come out and see you guys.
We
Well, we're
should
gonna
get him
talk-
to collaborate with Asvoria. It'd be cool if we get that stuff in our world or do something together with it, because we have the metaverse that they're building on that they have on Unreal Engine. And they're doing some
Yeah,
pretty
it would be
cool
nice
stuff.
to have a virtual space for those kids, man. You definitely would have my full support when it comes to that. So, Yeah, Miggy, try to get Mike and Russell in a conversation and get that ball rolling, because yeah, I fully support that. And I think
Yeah, we just
Astoria
need
would
200.
be down.
We just need 200K deposit. That's it.
That's how it should
Just
work.
kidding.
Well, so yeah, so we do hybrid meetups at the end of the year. It's one of our specialties we like to do every year, November, December, and those are our charity ones. So we do them in the metaverse and in real life in person. So super duper fun. And yeah, we're gonna keep moving forward here in Vegas. That's why I'm here actually, is just to let everybody know to come out to Vegas, because we do events pretty much weekly, even group hikes. And so if you don't gamble, that's fine. If you know, yeah, just come out to one of our group hikes and talk crypto and hike around, check out our. We have rivers. If you didn't know, there's a river that runs through Vegas. I mean, there's just stuff that people don't know. It's for 12,000-foot mountains, 45 minutes away. We have a great time. So yes, I'd like to say that Vegas is going to become a hub for crypto, and Rare Evo is actually going to be a big part of that. I'm looking forward to seeing what they can do at Caesars, and that's the middle of August, and then right after that is DEF CON. So we're looking forward to it. Yeah.
Wow, Vegas is
That's
busy
pretty
as
cool.
fuck, dude. That's pretty dope. Wow, I'm like kind of impressed that it's kind of like sounds like it's becoming this go-to spot. I know, before the pandemic, it was already that. Like with the World Crypto Con and all that energy it was bringing to
Yeah.
Vegas, it was
Yep.
becoming its own kind of like Silicon Valley-esque vibe. Like so many projects were headed there to build out, and then the pandemic kind of killed that momentum. It looks like
Yeah.
that's coming back. Do you think that's like Vegas has that chance of being the crypto Silicon Valley again?
Yeah, well, for sure. Miami took over, and we're happy they did. Our brothers in Miami took over. They were more free out there. We were locked down pretty tough here in Vegas, and that did impact the economy and small businesses. And these projects, these startups, they're fragile. I mean, so you lose a year or two, and that can really hurt you. But we are coming back, and our friends in Miami are coming to join us. We've got what I lovingly call Little Miami in Vegas, where there's the Fountain Blue and Resorts World, and that whole stretch of the Strip is kind of turning into our Little Miami. So we're excited to bring them in, and we're gonna have a great time. Yeah. So Miami's beautiful, but it feels like it has plateaued. They have a beautiful arts district, the Wynwood Walls. I encourage everyone to go out and check that out. It's so much fun. Ken, you actually I think lived in that area. Shitcoin was there, was in that
Yep.
area too.
Oh yeah,
So much
the
fun.
MAD,
Oh my
Mad
God.
Building. I used to pass it all
Dude.
the time.
Dude.
Yeah, I loved living out there, taking the scooter out and about. It's nice, and I mean, when I moved out there again, the pandemic kind of killed that energy, especially with NFTs and their own kind of bubble popping. It kind of popped Miami's bubble. There wasn't
Yep.
shit to do out there after I moved there. I kind of moved out there to work
Terrible.
with like 10 different projects, and all 10 of them kind of disappeared because of the NFT bubble popping, plus the pandemic kind of forcing everybody to just refigure out what they're doing. It sucked, dude. So yeah, it's good to see everything kind of picking back up again. I feel like we lost more than 3 years worth of progress because of this pandemic, lockdown, whatever the
Yeah.
fuck bullshit.
Wow. Different kind of progress. Different kind of progress now. So well, on that note, real quick, I just want to follow up on that. So now we have our own arts district. Vegas has a stretch of land that we've kind of been trying to develop for years and years and years, and we do big events on First Friday in that area. So we have art galleries that are doing exhibits and music and food trucks and everything, and I love it. And it's starting to get a lot bigger now that we have brewery row. So it's like 3 breweries right in a row. So if you're into the
Nice.
IPAs or any of the breweries, so we got that. Then we got the arts district, we got the NFT gallery, of course. The Journey Club opened up a couple years ago, and so they're still grinding ahead. And we're hosting meetups at the Journey Club almost every month. It's the second Wednesday of almost every month, and we'll have one this Wednesday. So if any viewers are out there thinking about coming to Vegas, or if you're in Vegas, that would be great. Come out to the Journey Club. It's downtown Arts District, and there's tons of NFTs. You can check out their community wall. Every month it changes for with new art and artists that are voted in, and all kinds of great activities happening. And the Journey Club is going to be a big part of, and the Arts District is going to be a big part of the rise of Vegas. And I hope to be on the tip of the spear. And so again, that's such a great question, because we filmed a documentary, and
Nice.
we're getting ready to release it. We've had a couple private screenings, and it talks about Vegas and the emerging tech communities here in Vegas, Web3 and AI, AR, VR, and crypto, and all sorts of things. In fact, Frank is one of the people we interviewed. We interviewed event organizers, conference organizers, convention organizers, people from NFT XLV. We interviewed the Journey Club. We interviewed the Nerd. You might shouts out to Johnny from the Nerd. Maybe you guys have been there. It's one of the great venues at Fremont Street that we love to throw parties at. So. So come out and watch our documentary, and I'd love to do a showing in Nashville. So, yeah.
Did the goat venue make the cut?
No, no, and it is not in the goat didn't make the cut, but the Nerd is in there, and we got some other great venues. Yeah, the Nerd is in there, a couple great venues. But the goat has been a big supporter of us. I'm glad you brought that up because Aaron and Kingsley had their meetups, I think 2015, 2016, and so they've been hosting meetups at the goat for a long time. They're crypto friendly. They do accept crypto for tips and other things, and we love throwing our meetups there. We had our Bitcoin Pizza Day there. It was amazing.
Yeah, the Pizza Dell thing was that good. Yeah, just shout out to them if you're in Vegas. Stop by there too, as well. And that's cool, man. When can we watch this?
Yeah, I'm glad you asked. So it's a mini doc. It's about 40 minutes. We talk about, like I said, all sorts of technology, but then we also go into psychedelics. So we spend about 7 minutes on psychedelics. I'm a member of the Las Vegas Psychedelic Society, where they host weekly integration circles. So every Tuesday, you can lend an ear or tell people about your psychedelic experiences, and we see where it really, really helps people. We're also part of Decriminalize Nature, where we're pushing forward legislation to decriminalize mushrooms because they are safe, and so we did that. So somebody I know helped write the legislation, and the governor signed it into law. So we tried to decriminalize up to 6 ounces of mushrooms. They removed that part. But they are distributing mushrooms to people right now because of our work at UNLV, and so we're excited about that, and we're seeing the results, and they're all very positive. So we talk about psychedelics in the documentary as well, because that's sort of like an emerging technology, and we combine it with Web3 and some other interesting things. Nice. So and then we wrap up the documentary with a short piece on Area 51 and aliens, and we ask everybody, do aliens exist? And there is such unique answers. I think you'll really be surprised. So it'll be a great documentary.
Sounds like it would be a great documentary to take psychedelics and watch. you
Actually,
know what I
yes.
mean? Right.
That's how we edited it too. It's a fun edit. It's not.
Oh, dude, I was literally going to ask that. Perfect.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah. So it's great. We had a great time with it too.
Basically, the internet's secured by psychedelics. The Great Wall of Lava Lamps.
That's right.
Right?
That's right.
The wall of lava lamp is what's keeping us all safe at night, everybody. It sounds as dumb as it actually is.
Okay, well, Frank, I bet you can explain the wall of lava lamps, can you?
I believe that's Cloudflare is doing that, and it's just the way they're generating the entropy for some of their cryptography that they're doing. So, like, make it truly random, very hard for anybody to kind of guess, is just using something. They had a camera, I believe, that shows it if memory serves 24/7, like streaming to the internet. But
you know what? I think really Elon Musk has a version of this, but it's 100 monkeys with typewriters in a basement, and he's waiting for one of them to hit Shakespeare.
It could happen. Give it time. It will happen. It will happen. Give it enough time. Give it enough time. So we love telling people about Vegas. That's why what I did at Consensus was just tell people to come out to Vegas, and it was like 99% of people were like, fuck yeah, we're going to Vegas. Yeah, of course we're going to Vegas. I'm like, well, come on then, let's go.
Well, what I like about Vegas is the obviously for me the cannabis laws are really chill out there, and they have like high end stuff. I even seen a few smoke lounges where you can like sit inside and like consume, and I think there was a strip club that said that you could smoke, but it was like a BYOB. So if you wanted to like drink, which I don't drink, but I mean if you wanted to, you'd have to bring your own drink. But it was smoke friendly. You could like roll up a doobie and get a lap dance. It was kind of, I'm like, damn, Vegas is like nice. Super cannabis, inclusive, right? Because I don't drink, so it's really hard for me to kind of have that good time. Like, let's go out and party, because like everybody wants to have a drink or something. I'm just like, well, let me go step outside so I can smoke and catch up to the the social energy, and now I don't really have to do that in Vegas, which I don't gamble, I don't drink, but I like that when I can smoke, I like to be social. It brings me out of my introvert shell. And Vegas is really, really nice, high-end stuff. I like MedMen. I know they get a lot of, they're not like the coolest, company to buy drugs from. It's kind of probably like the Apple of drug dealers. Maybe better people out there to buy from. But if you go to that dispensary, it's such a nice experience. So when I go out to Vegas, that's what I appreciate is like. But you mentioned the psychedelic stuff, and I know you do Spore Baby. I'm curious, what are the regulations and like the reception of like mushrooms and psychedelics like out in Vegas? Because where me and Miggy were in Denver, I think, and even in Austin, they had polka dot bars, which were like straight up for real psychedelic candy bars at the corner store. I didn't believe it. I ate one. I threw up and had the best night of my life, but like it was legit. I called its bluff, and it got me. It got the best of me. I ate the whole damn candy bar.
Great question there. Wow, you mixed it all in. So that's a lot of sugar. Fine, if you normally eat whole candy bars and that's a normal thing for you, then fine. And props to you, Ken. Typically, you will have a pretty good trip even after you purge. So it happens to people, but it's not bad. The polka dot guys, I can tell you, are legit. However, I do have one caveat, and the thing is, no matter how good you are of a chocolatier, and they have amazing chocolatiers there, but you just can't get a consistent mix, and so the dosage is always random. It may look like you're getting 2-3 pieces, but I've had friends that eat half a bar and actually not feel anything because it was mostly concentrated on the other half of the chocolate bars. So the large form factor is a little questionable. The way we do it is we have the smaller chocolates like a Hershey's Kiss, basically. So you know exactly what dose you're getting every time. It's the exact dose, and it's accurate, and it's a little more in line with the spirit of the law.
It's like fun size. Everything should be fun size, eh?
And you're not eating a ton of sugar, a ton of chocolate. I actually extracted with honey once, and I had to eat so much honey, it made me sick. So it's too much. I love the idea of it. Do you do drop
shipping and stuff, or is this something only locals can grab?
Yeah, so we absolutely, you can go to sporebaby.com and pay in crypto. We prefer Monero.
Nice.
Of course. And then we're in stores, and that's really what we focus on because I want to get to the most amount of people as I can. With the Las Vegas Psychedelic Society, we have worked with veterans and other people like that who don't necessarily have a drug dealer that they can just like go get, and they don't trust the street necessarily. They want to know what went into it. So my spores are lab created, and we have lab results as well showing that they're genuine and that there's no psychoactive property in there. They have to do it themselves. We can't necessarily encourage them to grow. However, that's what people are doing, and that's what we want. So they know what went into it, and it's not terribly difficult. We just partnered with a substrate company. So if you're looking, because that's the other part, we have spores, and you add the spores to the substrate. Not terribly complicated. There's a self-healing injection port. You'll just inject a little bit of spores into this bag of substrate and leave it up on a shelf for a few weeks. It'll colonize, and you're pretty much halfway there. So it's pretty quick. It'll start growing mushrooms, within maybe 4 to 6 weeks. So yeah, that's what we do. Their spores are completely legal. We're in stores now. If you go to our website, sporebaby.com, you can go click on the store locator. We're in 9 different states, and just kind of put your location in. If we're not near you, tell me, because there's a place to put your favorite store in there, and we're happy to ship them out to Spore Baby to make sure they got them. Yeah.
That's awesome.
That's pretty cool.
How long have you been taking crypto payments since you started it, or was that something that you added to later?
Yeah, I like to eat my own food, right? So if I'm telling people to use crypto and do it, I should be accepting it as well. And of course, it's something I've been doing really since the beginning. That was really what caught my interest first was crypto, and it's very much a do-it-yourself kind of thing. Crypto, you really have to learn on your own right now. I mean, that's kind of how the industry is. So when people take it in their own hands to create projects or just even learn how to install a wallet, you can pretty much start learning how to do mushrooms. I felt like there was a big crossover there. Like, people really do want to do it themselves.
Frank's one of us. Welcome
yeah, I like it, Frank. What are you doing, bro?
Goobu gabu.
Yeah.
Nice tan, my bro. Nice tan.
This is
Yeah, it
That's
looks
awesome.
good. Hell yeah.
Okay.
So I do encourage everyone to do mushrooms when you're watching not another Bitcoin podcast. This is a
Yes.
good show to watch.
And Spore
I need
Baby
some-
can provide. You know, I'm curious.
Yeah.
Have you considered
Yeah.
reaching out to people to do collabs? I've had a few different projects reach out. Chiba Pet is one that reminds me of Spore Baby a little bit because they have these planter kits that take about, I think this is like 3 months, and they bud or something like that. So they're really quick
What?
and in a hurry
Oh, yeah.
too. Yeah. And they're like $60. So you buy an NFT and it comes with this like thing that grows, you know, weed. It's like a planter kit. You know, it's like a chia pet, but a chiba pet. And
Dude.
yeah, I feel like Spore
Yes.
Baby and
Yeah,
Chiba
that's
Pet
real
should
cool.
totes have like a combo package deal brand collab
Yeah.
thing. I don't fucking know.
Except you should
Hell
send
yeah.
me and Ken some test packets.
Well,
You guys are
they're
down.
sending some, but I definitely want to check out the website and see. Do you have? I want to ask you the same question I asked Stony. Stony. Let me check.
Stonies.
Stonies.shop. I asked them the other day the same thing I'm going to ask you. They don't have the psychedelics. They have a lot of good THC stuff. And they hooked me up with like, you know, my own like landing page and referral code, all this cool stuff. But do you have like a monthly box that I could sign up for, like Dollar Shave Club for men, but like get high for degenerates for, you know, yeah, that club.
I like that club. That's a great idea. Okay, so you know, and Miggy, you probably know, I like to go by life-size box because I encourage people to think outside the box. And I think that sometimes we build life-size boxes. And so think outside the life-size box is what I'd like to say. So I've been thinking, you know, how cool would it be to have an actual, like a subscription box called life-size box where monthly you get a few of the mushroom related things that we're doing. So we have mushroom supplements and we have mushroom coffee. We also have a Manuka coffee as well. And so we do that. We do the spores. You know, we get lots of things that we can kind of include that are really healthy and good for you. I mean, and that's the thing, you know, half the caffeine, you're still getting like double the energy. This coffee is amazing, and it really is the way to go if you like coffee, if you drink a lot of coffee. So the thing with mushrooms and the supplements is people don't know, you start feeling the effects right away, but if you do it consistently for up to about 90 days, then you're getting the full maximum results, and a lot of people don't know that. You can really keep going, make sure to stay consistent. So lion's mane, reishi, we sell a 10x complex, and yeah, I mean, those are the sort of things I think we want to do. I'm also looking into Curious Elixirs, which is a mushroom-based alcohol alternative, because I don't drink either, but I want to have a great drink, and so these mushroom-based drinks look like they're very promising. And also, we're working with Pouched, and we're letting everybody know about Pouched Delvey. So they have a different, they go in boba tea, but they go in other things. You can mix a little pouch thing into different drinks, and so yeah, we're working on a lot of different things like that. Would be perfect for Life Size Box. So thanks for bringing that up. Maybe someday, if you want to partner up, let's go. We'll do it.
I definitely want to, or at least
Come on.
want to get you in touch with the Stonies.shop website. That way there can be a box with some, you know, Stonies THC stuff, some Spore Baby psychedelic stuff, and then, like I said, with the Chiba Pet, even being able to, you know, collab so I could grow some dope
Yes.
mushrooms and some dope. You know what I mean? I'm trying to get my hands on the Gorilla Glue plant they got. They got a planter for Gorilla Glue.
Ooh.
Nice.
I've been trying to get the Phantom, dude. I love the Phantom wallet, but this shit sucks. It's like nothing. I hate being a beta tester. And that's what I feel like with this. But as soon as I can get the Phantom wallet to work with the Chiba Pet website, I'm trying to grab one of their NFTs. This isn't like a paid anything. I just want to grab an NFT so I can get one of their little planty thingies so I can grow some weed. Definitely want to like get up on Spore Baby and grab one of these too, man. Have you thought about getting into like the NFT thing as well, where it's like, you know, if I buy one of these NFTs, I know when I go to sporebaby.com, I go to shop, I see that it's only like $25 for the spore syringes. So it could be like $25 for the NFT, and then, you know, just send me the, you know, say like fill out your address or whatever, and done.
Nice.
Yeah, that's actually, I would love to do that. That was in. It's been in the works, but it's not easy. I mean, even as
Yeah.
Zoria.io, I was talking to them, and they're gonna make the rails a little bit smoother for people to get in, but it's not necessarily easy just to do like an NFT program. It's like a point of sale, so you do need to get their contact information and send out a product
Yeah.
and all these different things. If
Yeah, but
someone has that
token
figured out,
gating isn't that fucking hard, man. I feel like,
yeah,
I mean, Wax has
you
it
can.
done pretty seamlessly. I feel like Corey from Uplift and all that, like,
That's true.
and
That's true.
Juan from Nifty Blocks, they
Yes.
probably could
Shout
walk
out.
you through this with Wax. Like, it may not be on Solana, it may not be on Ethereum. That's the perspective everyone's probably talking about, is from their favorite blockchains perspective, is, oh, it's harder than you think. But on Wax, I know that it's already easily done. Like, I know I've done it with other people's collections with, like, Funko Pop claiming like physical Funkos or T-shirts from Atomic Hub. So it's
Yeah.
like the token gating for Wax is already there. It's just like you buy the NFT, and then I log into the website with my Atomic whatever, and then I just fill out the address, and it says, yeah, it can't be that difficult. I just love the fact that,
No.
like, tokenize everything, NFT everything,
Yeah.
and whatever.
Yep.
It's supposed
I'm
to
down,
make my
dude.
life easier, but Phantom Wallet just wants to make things difficult right now.
That's the price of being early, I think. So.
Yeah, that's true. Right?
But I will tell you, the NFT thing is pretty amazing, and we did start a project called GoTripArt.com, and this is where we have the 3 different phases of the trip: the onset, and then the portal, and the trip itself. Is actually a really great idea. And then what I was saying was, if anybody comes and shows me that you own this NFT in real life at one of our meetups, boom, I'll give you a package of Sport Baby, good to go, kind of a gift bag of different
Nice.
things. So that's an idea. And the Spore Baby, by the way, the whole thing is, those spores, they grow up to be mushrooms, and then the mushrooms drop more spores. But the mushrooms are the actual
Right.
spore, the baby part. But the idea is these spores, and people don't know this, and so give me a second, I'll explain it to you. These spores are so interesting. They actually give off a tiny little electrical charge that allows them to escape Earth's atmosphere. So it's really rare.
Oh, cool.
And yeah, they actually have a protective shell that protects them against this radiation, space radiation, and sun. And they can actually start traveling so fast that they can get from one end of the galaxy to the other in 300,000 light years, which is really fast. I know it sounds like a long time, but these things can move. They can travel space. So we're thinking about doing like a Spore Baby, Spores in Space comic book, and I've already written kind of some ideas down, and it's been super fun. And that would probably be the airdrop or the NFT. So kind of be on the lookout for
Nice.
something like that. Yeah, that would be fun. And if
That
anyone
would
wants to
be
collaborate,
nice.
yeah. If anyone wants to collaborate, just hit me up.
Heck
Love it.
yeah. We need to get you a store. We'll talk about that with Russ. We need to get you a store in Nesvoria so people can shop meta and get these mushrooms and hold one in
Amazing.
their hand.
Yes. Very cool. Yeah, I got my hands in a lot of different things, but it's really mushrooms and crypto. Those are my two favorite things. Found my passion.
No, that's awesome. Yeah, I definitely I dig the plant medicine, especially the microdosing. I mean, it's only done good things for me and really helped me, get my mind frame in check and just feel a lot better about, being alive. So, and just it's always great. And I love, being able to see stuff like that being tied into Web3. I mean, I see, you've had some challenges and stuff, of course, but what's been, I guess, the easiest part of, having it on the blockchain or getting, the blockchain involved with that.
My favorite part was building a plot in the Uplift world. Ken mentioned Corey.
Oh
I
yeah.
love it. The Uplift.world. The Uplift.world shouts out this plot, by the way. Shout out to 3D Trek. These guys did a great job. Massive, grandiose mushrooms that you can go inside, and there's a meditation room. There's games. You can identify different mushrooms, learn about different mushrooms. There's a huge mushroom underground that's colored like the chakras, so you can kind of learn a
Nice.
little bit about the chakra system. There's a lazy river. We're thinking about putting in some rubber ducky and do rubber ducky races. I mean, all kinds of great things in there. You have to check there's some secret entrances. And 3D's so creative. He's so innovative that he's doing things that people didn't think was even possible in the Uplift world. So shouts out to him, and shouts out to the Spore Baby plot in the Uplift world. It's actually not far from your plot, Ken, if you want to come visit. So, anytime.
Okay, I'll
Yeah,
give it a
buddy.
shot. I gotta get back up
Yeah.
in there. That's for sure.
There's
Yeah, I
still.
went
So,
to
I
Vegas
think-
like 3 times whenever you were out on hiatus, like 3 or 4 times. I went to a few events out there. It was
Okay.
nice.
Yeah, we have a great community out here in Vegas. I think that's something that people forget or don't even know. And I just, we have great organizers, and the community is just growing. We have 2.5 million people that live here, which
Well,
is
like I said,
incredible.
people knew before the pandemic, man. It was the go-to spot for crypto. People knew,
Are-
and then, like I said, the pandemic happened. Like you said, Miami, and I don't know, man. Something. It's definitely, the throne is up for grabs. I definitely want to
Yeah.
see where the energy goes at the end of this year when people start taking profits. I want to know where they're gonna move. I ain't gonna lie. Austin looks like it's gonna have a chance. It's in the top 5 at least. When I was in Texas. During consensus, I feel like people were there in their spare time, house shopping. It was crazy.
People say Austin isn't really a great representation of Texas. I don't know if that's true or
No.
not, but
I don't
no,
think it
yeah.
is.
Ah,
No, it's not. It's definitely not at all. I mean, I grew up in Texas, and Dallas, Fort Worth. That's Texas right there. Austin
aha.
is I mean, it's nice, but it's not Texas. It's changed a lot. Yeah, it's very more tech heavy, which is not a bad thing. And it's definitely very weird. A lot more, open-minded down there, which is cool. But yeah, no, if you want to see Texas, you gotta go. You gotta go to like Fort Worth and Dallas, and that's Texas out there for sure, bro.
Good to
I
know.
Or
guess we're-
Houston, you know what I mean?
We're coming up on the hour here. I was just making sure we covered where people can actually get in touch with you guys and join your community. Even if they're not in Vegas, like you said, you like to do them virtually as well as physically. So let people know where they can, get in touch with you physically, but also let them know where they can get involved with you guys virtually.
I often wish that some of our conversations had been recorded. And I know now with your Ray-Bans, Ken, you can actually do that.
Yes.
If you promise me you'll run the footage by me first. But this is like, thanks for hanging out, everybody. The panel and everybody viewing, watching, and hanging out. Really appreciate it. It's kind of like just hanging in the living room and stuff. We do casual, no frills meetups that people have a great time at. They're knowledgeable and friendly group. We've got 1,800 members in the Vegas Crypto Group. Come join us. You can find us at vegascryptogroup.com. More importantly, we do have training courses. We're building a community over at informempower.com. So that's INFORM, empower, EMPOWER, informempower.com, where we're informing and empowering people really to empower themselves. And so we give you tools. We have workshops there. And then, of course, we'll be releasing our documentary called Vegas Nexus. That'll be hosted there on informempower.com, and our virtual summits are all there, our previous ones, so you can go back and check them out. Miggy, I had you as a guest on one of our virtual summits, and I'm sorry you didn't make it, but I hope you can make it for the next virtual summit, likely in September. We'll talk about that. And so those are some of the projects we're working on. And if you want to, if you're interested in Spore Baby, feel free to reach out to me directly. You can find me on IG and all social media, but I'm real active on IG, Instagram. So at LifeSizeBox, LIFESIZEBOX. Think outside the box. And thank you for giving me a moment to wrap up, because I had a lot of shit to talk about. But Frank, I'm gonna pass the mic to you to wrap, and then Ken and Miggy, you guys, I love you guys so much. Can't wait to see you.
Yeah, baby. No, I appreciate you guys being here. Frank, take it away.
Sure.
Literally.
So you can find me on Twitter/X or whatever the heck it's going to be called next week. My handle BustedSec, BUSTEDSEC. I don't really spend too much time on social media. Not trying to be an influencer or anything. I'm mainly interested in InfoSec. So you can also check out my website, steeltreza.com. Steel with an E. It's the name of my company where I do like security assessments and stuff. And you just, also just find me on any of Mike's stuff, because him and I are always together, because he's my one of my best buds over here. So
Awesome. Yeah, we appreciate you guys coming on and
man.
telling us about this. I think Vegas will be a good spot for us to get back into, especially now that Ken's back. I've been there a few times to the crypto events, so I know what's going on down there. It's getting pretty hot, and I'm not just talking about temperature, but
Well, I'm looking at Rare Evo. I'm really confident we're going to be there for, August 15th
for
through
sure.
the 17th. So if you guys are going to be doing an event, make sure you give us the links for the meetup or the Eventbrite or whatever you guys got, so that way we can share it out and, you know, make sure we RSVP and we're there. But we also want to make sure our community knows if they want to hang out with us in Vegas, where they can, you know, get together with us, where we'll be at is where you'll be at.
That's right.
Yeah, buddy. Shout out to our viewers on X. I think we reached a little over 300 viewers. We're at like almost 400. So appreciate you guys. Make sure you stay tuned. Get to Vegas. Come see the guys here and meet us at Rare Evo. Rare Evo, guys. We'll see you there.
Have a day.
Peace.
Hello, happy bros. Hey, you're about to get a face full of the Kenn Bosak. He's a mentor. That's what I heard. He's a connector. Oh, yeah. He's a brilliant leader. I've seen it. It's Kenn Bosak. Oh, happy bro. You gotta get some Bitcoin and hold it. Happy bros. You gotta get those NFTs and you gotta hodl that stuff. You gotta hodl it. 'Cause I'm Kenn bro. We got your Bitcoin, bro. He's an original. Buy some NFTs and hold them. How many times does he have to tell you? Going to the moon. We're going to the moon. We're going to the moon. We're going to the moon. Going to the moon. We're going to the moon. We're gonna get real high. 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 Yeah, we're going to the moon. We're going to the moon. Bro, we're going to the moon. Oh yeah, we're going to the moon. We're gonna get real high. Real high. Yep. Real high. Hello, happy bros. Come get some Kenn Bosak.